I'm Marvin. You're very welcome to the Decades of Dance Music Quiz, where we test the contestants' knowledge of music history in the last 10 decades or 100 years. No one said it was going to be easy. And you're tuned to the Irish Media Network via YouTube and Facebook Live. Good evening from London. I'm doing good on day 33 of my personal lockdown. I've been enjoying the slew of well-endowed memes that have been hitting WhatsApp groups from here to Australia. Let us know what your favorite ones are. And don't forget, you can join the show by hitting us with your answers in real time as you're watching. Just drop them in the comment sections and I'll read some of them out as we go along. And if you've got any good questions that you might want to ask our esteemed guests and good humans here, fire them in too, and we'll do our best to answer them. First up, the sexy ginger disco kimono ninja. A name I made up from different comments on social media about him a couple of minutes ago. It's Conor L. Conor is an OG member of Dublin's Bodytonic crew alongside Craig O'Tayer, John Mahan and loads more. In fairness, they're more of a naval fleet than a crew. The Bodytonic fleet set sail back in 2000 and went on to create a wave of club nights, bars, venues, record shops and festivals. Conor departed Dublin in 2013 to set up Tops Off Tonic. Not sure if he ever managed to get his top off in London. I reckon he did a number of times. He's also a shit hot DJ whose specialist knowledge and love for all things disco and house have seen him become a regular player at the amazing Horsemeat Disco and loads more quality clubs and festivals the world over. He's a diamond geezer and a great man to have a pint with. Conor L, how the hell are you? Have you managed to get your hands on any hand sanitizer? And when was the last time you tasted any horse meat?
A few weeks ago, actually, March 1st. It was actually just before they closed, so I actually stuck up a mix from it. I played that night, so good. But I have a little bit of hand sanitizer. I've been rationing for the past while, so my skin feels like it's going to fall off, but I'm healthy. I'm not coughing, no fever, so it's all good.
Good steed, sir. Good steed. Okay, next up we have a couple who've taken the magical trip down the rabbit hole into the world of out there prints and furniture of choice. Their designs and visions have seen them grow into one of the most loved, brilliant and respected brands and interiors on the planet right now. Well, I'll let you into a little secret. They are more than that. Frida is an OG rock and roll queen who loves punk, rock and indie music, which saw her set up gigs and music festivals way before the world of fashion and design took root. She's also one of the biggest ravers out the back of her. She also had one of the biggest raves out the back of her parents' gaff for her 21st birthday back in the day. What a party that was. Javi is her partner. Javi's a fashion designer extraordinaire. He's come from a deep history of raving his arse off at warehouse parties and Cornish all-nighters. He has a deep respect for all things fungi and makes a mean fish pie with boiled eggs. Delicious. Frida, where are you and what's the funniest thing someone has said to you all week?
Good question. Well, to start the first easier question, we are in Cornwall. So we're just across the sea from Ireland, and yeah, I feel very lucky right now to be so close to nature. The funniest thing that anyone said to me all week was, I don't know, probably something dog related, but it's been quite a serious week here, I have to say. So, looking forward to all tonight.
Okay, we're going to take a little break tonight. Javi, you okay, Javi? What's the best rave you've ever been to? And if the world ran out of bog roll, what would you reach for next?
Best rave I've been to is probably Hinkley Parapet, where no one used to go, so you could bang it out really loud for a long time and no one would ever turn up there. Back in the early 90s. You had to go across the moor to get there, but what would I get anything in my hands? Going to be some more fungi, I reckon.
I'm trying not to visualize that one, but I can't help myself here. Okay, and our third guest is a man from Grimsby. Has anyone ever met anyone from a man from Grimsby? It's a first for me. He was also a chef in Switzerland. He's a sometime musician and songwriter who's appeared with Group Therapy on the track Artifacts, and also the aptly named Expanding Wallets and the Andertons, which is what he might have, as he's one of the most respected music journos, period. Having donned his pen skills at the legendary Jockey Slut magazine back in the day, he's also the man behind the amazing Last Night at DJ Saved My Life book, which he wrote alongside Frank Broughton. He also set up DJhistory.com. Both are seminal and simply amazing. He's also a keen, world-renowned, respected DJ, and probs, alongside Joe Wallace, the most knowledgeable guest we've had on the show to date. I'd be shitting myself if I was going up against him. Thank God I'm not.
I am.
The man, the legend, the hero who's made Grimsby famous for more than Channel 4's Benefit Street. It's Bill Brewster. Bill, how the hell are you, brother? Have you been on?
I don't think I could live up to that introduction.
Have you been on lockdown? And if I was going to have a brew with you, what would you be drinking?
Well, I've been in self-isolation for 25 years, so it doesn't really make much difference to me. As a freelance writer, I'm doing what I do every day for the last quarter of a century. So that hasn't made much difference. But if we were going for a brew, we'd be having tea, obviously.
Very good. Well, thanks for coming on board, guys. It's an absolute pleasure. To my right, which is, I think it's this way. To my right, is that this way? Is it that way? It's this way. This is our in-house quiz wizard, the man from Irish Media Network, Owen Long, who's going to give you a bit more information about how we take the quiz to the next stage.
Cheers, Arvine. So for everybody watching at home who hasn't played along yet, Arvine's going to call out 10 questions. All the contestants here are going to send their answer in to me on WhatsApp. So we're not going to call out the answers until the very end of the episode. So you can play along at home by entering your answers into the comments on Facebook or YouTube. We'll be calling out the answers as we play along. And at the very end of the 10 questions, we will call out the answers. So pretty straightforward. 3 contestants, 10 questions. We'll call out the answers at the end. Back to you, Irv.
Awesome. We have a few people messaging in here. Arvid19 might say your musical knowledge may be infectious. Very, very good. Bill Brewster looks like Manny from the Stone Roses. Or is that a tilt of the head? Shane's been tuned in. Obviously, we got Elf Knight looking younger today. Arvid19. I am. I'm feeling young. Shara Bell is saying, come on, Frida and Javi. Elf Knight says, who is Frida? She is gorgeous. I can make... Nighttime Stories is tuning in. Sam Mead's tuning in. We've got a lot of people tuning in and sending messages. Keep them coming in. If you have any questions for our crew tonight, fire them in and they might answer them. They might not. Okay, let's kick off with the 10 questions, starting with number 1. You guys ready?
Yep.
Conor ready? Bill Brewster ready? Frida and Javi ready?
Yeah. Sure are.
Awesome. Right, question number 1. Put in order who won the most Grammys? Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, or the Beatles? Put in order who has won the most Grammys? Is it Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, or the Beatles?
Smallest to largest.
Yes, largest to smallest. So put in order who's won the most Grammys.
Okay, yeah.
Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, and the Beatles. So who has won the most, who has won the second most, and who do you think is the last? Put in order who's won the most Grammys between Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, or the Beatles.
So we got Frida in.
Quick no.
Shouts to Marky Alton, who's tuning in. Laser gun to stun. We got Jenny Bunny Woo Woo has saying FG the Queen, Frida Gormley.
Aww.
Okay, so we got all the answers in there. You can tell Shiara Bell's on the money, so she's in the next round.
She's scoping out the competition. I wouldn't trust her if I could throw her bleeding mile away at me. Okay,
so all the answers are in.
All the answers are in. I'll move on to the next question. What genres is James Brown responsible for changing or evolving? He did it twice, so just one is required. So what genres is James Brown responsible for changing or evolving? He did it twice, so just one is required. So what genres is James Brown responsible for changing or evolving?
Bill's in there with the correct answer, so is Frida.
Twice, so just one is required.
Sorry, I've given it 2.
Conor, no, you're everybody's correct there in that round.
Okay.
You got everybody's answer in.
Well, we're in. James Brown. Okay, next question. What is Klaus Quirini famous for? Is that the way I pronounce it, Owen?
What did you say?
Quirini.
Is it
Can
Klaus?
How do you spell that?
Can you spell it?
Quirini.
What?
Quirini? Quirini?
Klaus
Klaus-
Quirini.
Klaus Quirini. What is Klaus Quirini famous for?
Our German listeners will be able to get this, I'm sure, pretty easily. But Bill, I thought this was something you might know, actually, because it's part of DJ culture and history. So
Klaus Quirini. Quirini. Lols.
again, it's a difficult enough question, so I'm not expecting.
I've got no idea.
Yeah,
Aleph saying he's the godfather of soul. I don't think so, Aleph. Chris Howells Jones is tuning in. He's saying funk, but I think he might be talking about the last question. Klaus Quirini. Klaus Quirini.
so we're just waiting on Connor here.
Sorry, I've taken a wild flyer on this.
Yeah, now everybody's answers in there for that one, Arvin.
Okay, sweet. Okay, next question is a bit of an easy one, I think. Anyway, who sang the smash hit song "Reet Petite"? And for a bonus point, if you can sing the full song, we'll give you a bonus point.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
that's a point going for Bill,
Bill, he's a musician and a singer.
and he's got the right answer as well. So 2 points for Bill there. You got the right answer. Conor L's in.
You sang the smash hit song "Reet Petite."
Can we do the questions from the other night, guys?
Yeah, of course we can. Well, so we'll just start again, will we, Connor?
Throw a few of them in here.
As Arvin said, nobody said it was going to be easy.
No one said it was going to
Definitely
be
not.
easy, unless you're Bill Brewster.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's always easy when you know the answer.
all the answers are in, Arvin. You can go to the next round.
Okay, great. Jenny Bunny Woo Woo has got the right answer on that one. Okay. Oh, next question. Who sang this? No, that's the last question. When did the Hacienda open? Point for opening and closing years. What year did the Hacienda open? You get a bonus point for opening and closing years. Now, from what I understand, the Hack wasn't open for a long period of time. So
Connor is in. Bill is in.
when did the Hacienda open in Manchester? Point for opening and closing years.
Yeah, so we got
Party, don't they?
all the answers in there.
People in Manchester love a party. They were pretty busy last weekend having parties all over Manchester. Would say. Okay, next question. Name any Tupac songs.
Name Annie.
Name any two Tupac songs. Can you name two Tupac songs?
No.
Yeah, Connor's in there straight away.
One.
Full disclosure, I was a big Tupac fan when I was 12. So,
Classic. That's classic.
You're not a Tupac fan anymore?
well, I kind of grew up a little bit. So yeah,
I know, man.
I left the mean streets of Bayside. So yeah, it doesn't carry the same resonance.
Yeah, Bill, close, very close.
Probably
Okay.
wouldn't go down well waving a gun or horse meat disco either.
I'm sure
We got all the
Tupac's
answers
I'm sure Tupac's been played at Horse Meat Disco. Definitely.
It might be my last gig there if I play it.
Right, cool. Ian Dunn's tuned in. We got Michael Tuberty. He's got the answer right there. Chris Hal Jones got the answer right. Ian Dunn's got the answer wrong. Elif got the answer right. Sam Mead, nope. Okay, Shane, you got the answers right there, mate. I mean, you could go on forever, Elif. Yeah, you could go on forever with Tupac songs, right? Next question. Which act has more Billboard #1s? David Bowie or Bruce Springsteen? Which act has more Billboard #1s? David Bowie or Bruce Springsteen?
Connor in there with the answer quickly.
Tough question. There is only 2 answers though, so
Bill in there and Frieda in there. Okay, everybody there with the same answer. Okay, you can move on to the next one.
Shara Bell says Bruce Forsyth. I think you got the wrong Bruce there, Shara. Nice 2 meter, nice. What? Nice dad joke there. That's shout out to Andy Bell. He's probably tuned in. What decade did Barcelona's Sonar Festival start in? What decade did Sonar Festival start in?
Conor in there, lightning quick.
What decade did Sonar Festival start in?
I can give you the year for a bonus point if you want.
Yeah. I think we met that year, Conor, if I'm not mistaken, at that festival. I have a vague memory.
No.
Maybe not, actually.
Yeah. Well, I might have been a bit young then.
Okay.
All the answers in, Arvine?
Right, we're all in. So, let's check here. Okay, lovely. Right, next question. Iconic rock nightclub Max's in Kansas City was started in what city?
No, the name of the club is Max's Kansas City.
Yeah.
Okay.
What city is it in? Is that the question?
No. Iconic rock club Max's Kansas City was started
Bill's
in
in
what
there with the
city
correct answer
and
already.
decade? Point for each.
What is it? City?
Iconic rock nightclub Max's Kansas City was started in what city and decade? Point for each.
Bill in there, lightning quick with both correct answers. And so's Conor.
Connor's in. Iconic rock nightclub Max's Kansas City was started in what city and decade? Point for each.
Yeah. Okay, all the answers in there for that one, Arvine?
I'm just looking at Javi's face there. He looks like he hasn't got a clue what's going on there.
It's fine.
Javi, what's your favorite mushroom? If you were going to eat a mushroom, portobello.
Oh yeah,
Magic.
Reishi.
The little brown ones.
Yeah.
Right. If anybody's got any questions for Javi from House of Hackney or Frida or Bill or Conor, fire them in there. We'll ask. Maybe we'll be able to get some answers out of them. I don't know. They're looking a bit like tight-lipped tonight, the lads.
Serious business, Art. Serious business.
Serious business. There's
A
no
lot at
messing.
stake here.
There's no messing. Michael Tuberty, you've got the answer completely wrong there, mate. Just to let you know. Chris Howell Jones, you're off by a landslide. And Shane off by a landslide too. Quite a distance. Chris, you got the city right though. Okay. Next question and the final question of the evening. Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie are synonymous with what genre of music? Extra point for the exact genre. So Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie are synonymous with what genre of music? You get an extra point for the exact genre.
Bill in there with lightning quick with the correct answers.
Bill is just like an assassin.
He is. It's a bloodbath here in the score shirts.
The only man to enter the quiz who hasn't had to cheat as well, probably.
No cheating.
Conor, I'll give you.
Bill, I'm loving the picture behind you there, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. That.
Who is that?
It's she's called Portia.
Ah,
It's by Ant Carver, who's a graffiti artist.
that's beautiful, man. He's a guy from Bethnal Green.
That's him. Yeah.
I'm currently on the borders of Bethnal Green right now.
Oh, right. Okay.
As you can see the little
is that the one that's near to Oval Space?
That's Oval Space right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Oval Space is to the right. I can actually see Oval Space from my window, and I think you've probably played there, Bill. Have you?
Yeah. I've played there several times. Yeah.
So I can just open the window in the summertime when obviously they don't do any parties now, and I can just listen to the DJs playing on the terrace, which is pretty cool.
Amazing.
It is pretty good. I've got a couple of questions in here, so let me have a look here. Ask the Cornwall Massive, did they go to the Eclipse Festival in Cornwall in 1999?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit more about that one there, Javi.
So I saw Orbital, which is pretty amazing, but really couldn't see the eclipse. It was too cloudy, but yeah, it was pretty special. But yeah, it was amazing.
You're kind of eclipsing there a little bit. We're only getting half of you there.
We might get the moon pop up in a minute, hopefully. Hopefully it's still there. It might pop up right behind us, but there.
I've got the moon just here. Can you see it above my head?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, amazing.
Well, it's actually just an IKEA lampshade in the reflection of the room. You like that for like 7 shows. No one's
You're right, you're left.
Oh, you shouldn't have told us.
Yeah.
There you go. You'll always find me in the kitchen at parties. Okay, we've got some answers in here. Chris Howell Jones, right. Charbel, right. Knight, right. Peter Castillo, right. Shane, you haven't answered, mate. Okay, cool. Well, that concludes the final round of questions, and I have a feeling, that
Still gonna win hands down, right?
the cup isn't going to Cornwall. That's all I'm going to say here. But you never know. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to Quiz Wizard Owen there in the Irish Media Network home studio.
Yeah, so question 1, Arvine, I'll give you a go at this. Put in order who has won the most Grammys, Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, or the Beatles.
Okay, so put in order who's won the most Grammys, Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones. I'm going to say Quincy Jones, because he's probably involved in a shit ton of like massive hit singles. Then I'm going to say Michael Jackson, because he's obviously was in a big period of the Grammys, and then the Beatles probably last. I don't remember the Beatles winning any Grammys, but maybe that's just because I'm out of the time zone.
Yeah, well, the correct answer is actually you were right. So nobody got this one right. The correct answer is Quincy Jones has won 28 Grammys with 80 nominations. Wow. Michael Jackson has only won 13 Grammys with 38 nominations, and the Beatles have only got 8 Grammys with 24 nominations. So Quincy Jones has got more than Michael Jackson and Beatles combined.
Wow.
So yeah, if there's one person in the world who could sit at the top of the music industry at the moment, it's Quincy Jones. So second question was, what genres is James Brown responsible for changing or evolving? So he did this twice, and we were going to accept either one. So everybody got the correct answer here. He was responsible for R&B turning into soul, and soul turning into funk. So I would have accepted either one of those. So again, everybody got the answer right there.
I was going to say that.
Sorry, Arvine, I didn't give you a chance. Right, well, Arvine, we'll give you this one then. What is Klaus Carini famous for?
I think he invented the Cosmopolitan cocktail in a famous bar in New York in 1972.
You'd be incorrect. So we talked about Regine Zilberberg being the first lady to create the first ever discotheque. Well, one of the first ever discotheques in Germany was called the Scotch Club. And the first ever DJ to play there after it turns from a dance hall into a DJ was Klaus Carini. And the first track that he ever played was Lael Anderson, Ein Pfiff Wien Kommen, which I'd highly recommend you check out on Spotify. It's actually a really, really good track. So his style was immediately popular, and he went on then to be one of the people who worked to credit DJ as a profession. So anybody who actually gets to claim DJ as a profession, you get to thank this man for it. So yeah, some of the other people who started off in Scotch Club were Giorgio Moroder as well. So yeah, one for the history books. If you didn't know about him now, he is worth knowing about.
Has he got a Wikipedia?
He does indeed, I'm sure. So next question is, who sang the smash hit song Reet Petite?
That's Jackie Wilson, of course.
Yeah, again, so Bill's in there 2 points because he sang it and he got the correct answer. So I'm afraid Frida and Connor didn't get the correct answer there.
So the next question, Owen, when did the Hacienda open? And a Bosun's Party for the closing years. Like, I would have said it was like early 80s. So I'm going to say it opened in 1982, 81 or 82. 82.
82 is my guess.
But then closed in 97.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's way off with the closing date. Everybody got the correct answer for the opening, but it was closed in 1986.
Oh, wow.
No, 97.
No, it wasn't closed in 1986.
Elliot Eastwick played the last record.
I went there in 91 and saw David Morales play.
Yeah, it was 97, surely.
Yeah, excuse me, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got the wrong answer for this question here in front of me. Excuse me, yeah. So the guys, Conor and Bill, both got the correct points on this one here.
Sure, Morales got a gun pulled on him in the boot in '92.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
just
he did.
looked at the wrong
Yeah,
year in front of me here. So yeah, Conor and Bill both got correct answers there, Arv.
Right, awesome. Okay, so the next question is name any two-pack songs. Name any two two-pack songs. I'm going to say California Love because he features on that one, and I'm going to say Ghetto Gospel.
Yeah, you're correct there. So Conor is right with both answers here on this one. Frida and Bill got the incorrect answers here. So there's a ton of songs to choose from. You had a couple of albums out, so
it's a tough one. That if you don't know,
I'm convinced he's not dead. The guy has released more albums dead than he has alive. he's hiding in a private island somewhere.
the smart money would be on him not being still alive and just chilling. Which act has more Billboard #1s, David Bowie or Bruce Springsteen? I'm going to say David Bowie on that one.
you'd be correct. Yeah, everybody guessed Bruce Springsteen here for this one, but David Bowie's had only 2 #1 Billboard singles. He's had 6 top 10s from 28 songs in total, whereas Bruce Springsteen's had 0 #1s, but 12 top 10s from 26 songs in total. So some of the other artists to never have a #1 in their careers: AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Kiss, Bob Dylan, Nirvana, Green Day, Oasis, The Clash, and the Sex Pistols, to name just a few.
Wow.
Okay, cool. Next question is, what decade did Sonar Festival start? It started in the 90s, 1994 to be precise, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
In Barcelona,
It is,
Music and Arts Festival. Eh?
Yeah, you're correct. 1994, Music and Arts Festival started in Barcelona. So Bill and Conor with the correct answers here.
What did Frida and Javi say?
They gave me the noughties.
I think we got in the noughties, right? Surely. Longer to catch up.
Okay, next, the question number 9 is iconic rock nightclub Max's Kansas City was started in what city and decade? Point for each. Iconic rock nightclub Max's Kansas City. I've actually have no idea on this question. I'm going to say Kansas City, and I'm going to say it was in the 70s.
60s,
Yeah,
New York.
so you're wrong. It's New York in 1960s, opened in 1965 in Park Avenue. So Bill and Conor got both of the correct answers here. So it was the base for the glam rock scene that involved Bowie, Iggy Pop, Lou Reed, and Alice Cooper. And it was owned by a guy called Mickey Ruskin, who used to get all the famous artists like Andrew Weatherall to come in, and he gave them a tab and wouldn't allow them to pay. They had to pay in art. So it ended up becoming very profitable in the long run. So there's actually a rumor as well that one night that Bruce Springsteen opened up for Bob Marley in the club as well, which would have been some lineup.
That's pretty wild, all right.
What did Frida and Javi say for that one?
Well, I knew it was in New York, 100%, but
70s.
it was 70s.
So not too far.
Good. Yeah, good. You're better than me. Final question. Wouldn't be hard though. Final question. Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie are synonymous with what genre of music? And you get an extra point. I mean, obviously they're jazz musicians, so it's the jazz scene. So is it bebop?
It is indeed bebop, yeah. So Bill got correct with both points here. Conor got the right answer with jazz, and so did Frida with jazz. So, yeah, and Bill with the only one with the correct 2 answers here.
Amazing. Well, that brings us to the end there.
So it was always going to be this way.
So after all of that, the total answers are Bill is our winner with 10 points. Conor wasn't too far behind, but 8. And Frida comes in, I'm afraid, in 3rd place.
Oh, Bill, well done, mate.
Well done, Bill.
Thank you. Thanks.
To be fair, I'd be more worried if I'd have beaten you, Bill, than this, losing.
I thought the 2-pack thing was going to finish me off, actually. I was too busy taking ecstasy and going to the Sound Factory to notice what 2-pack was doing.
Well, you've been absolutely fantastic tonight, Bill. You are the winner of Decades of Dance. Shouts to Frida and Javi in Cornwall.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay with us for a minute before we go. Conor, big love brother, and the Bodytonic crew, working the front line there, sorting it out in London town, and our winner, Bill Brewster. We're going to be back on Monday. We've got a rave hardcore special en route, and then we got some names you might know from the middle of the week. And thanks for tuning in. You've been watching Decades of Dance. Good night.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Bye.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Irish Media Network.